So heist movies, we've got Thief, and this is a 1981 breakthrough feature starring James Caan,
Jimmy Caan,
Tuesday Weld, Willie Nelson, of all people, Weld, yeah. Willie Nelson, people,
I know,
and James Belushi.
Is he dead? Oh no, that's John Belushi.
No, even better. James
Belushi's just nearly dead.
His career is dead. Yeah. But he actually gives a good performance in this.
Really?
Well, the basic story of it follows Frank, played by James Caan, as he tries to get out of this sort of underworld kind of setup. Tries to leave his life of crime behind. He spent a lot of time behind bars, and he's trying to create this perfect nuclear American family for himself.
But just when he thought he was out, they, pull him back in.
They pull him back in again for one last score. And the heist sequence really owes an awful lot to Rafifi.
Yeah, which we talked about in the second show.
Which we spoke about on the first show. And it's a really interesting film as a kind of as a precursor to Heat and to Manhunter. Just aesthetically, you've got the Tangerine Dream electronic score. You've got the same sort of visual aesthetics, the slow-mo and stuff. You can really see the influences of some of his favourite films. There was like a Sight and Sound poll a couple of years ago, and his top 10 favourite films, there was films like The Wild Bunch, and you can see that similar sort of old guys going in for a final one last score.
Like Space Cowboys.
Yeah. And, kind of going through it like that. And, if you go through that list of his favourite films, you find a lot of...
I was going to ask you that. I've seen some on the list, but was there any Kurosawa on that? Because I think there's a massive... The slow motion and action and stuff is just...
But I think he probably gets that from Peckinpah, maybe.
Maybe from Peckinpah,
perhaps, we can only kind of guess at it. I presume. He seems to be fairly... well versed.
He's very well versed in
his cinema. He's stuff from.
I mean, when he studied in England, there was a lot of other film directors like Alan Parker and things like that around at the time, and Adrian Lyne and stuff like that. So, I mean, he was all around that kind of.
Well, yeah, and just the same way Scorsese mentioned earlier, something like Shutter Island, and even we'll just go back to. with Scorsese, we'll say, how well versed he is. When he's asked about Goodfellas, I think he was asked about his chief influences for Goodfellas, and I don't think he mentioned Public Enemies the Public Enemy or Little Caesar. I think he mentioned like Kind Hearts and Coronets or something, which I haven't seen. It's an incredible palette.
Kind Hearts and Coronets. Brilliant! The Alec Guinness film. Where Alec Guinness does a bit of a Nutty Professor Eddie Murphy kind of job, and plays.
Or was that Shutter Island? I can't remember, but certainly for Goodfellas, I remember he gave some bizarre references. Which
I do remember in Shutter Island there was a lot of films from the Terrys, a lot of horror films from the Terrys.
Jack Turner, Sam Fuller as well.
But anyway, moving on to Heat, which we talked about briefly on the show, because it was on a heist special. But I mean,
his best film, in my opinion.
His best film,
I think so, yeah. I mean, some people say The Insider, but for me, Heat. I mean, everyone goes on about De Niro, Pacino, but I mean, and it's fantastic, but, obviously the heist scene, which was, I believe, I heard the other day, was choreographed by Chris Ryan, that, now widely read, ex-SAS officer, he's Bravo 20, that, and he choreographed that, and, I know we like our robust action scenes, and I think we mentioned actually, like, in Inception, the action scene there, on the snow, it was a little bit
on the snowy pieces.
It was a little bit of a letdown. But I mean, talk about robust. I mean, Heat. I mean, you can once someone gets shot on that, I mean, you can obviously.
I think you take the hit with them.
You would take the hit with them, exactly.
The thing about Heat, and it's about a lot of Michael Mann's films, that he just strives for realism. He always gets first-hand accounts. Like some of the actors, I think Dennis Farina used to be a cop.
That's right. Yeah.
And I mean, but he always, as you said, Chris Ryan, he always gets people who know exactly about it. Who know their stuff.
There's a lot to be said for good action scenes, and I guess we're men. We maybe film graduates, but I mean, at the end of the day, everyone loves a good action scene, for the giddy excitement of it. And to be honest, it's done very badly in most films. It's our most recent ones, I should stress. But
I think to pardon the fun, I mean, Michael Mann is kind of a man.
He's the man.
He's a man's director. His films are mostly about men with obsessions. And that's the most important thing. It seems to be in a lot of films. I mean, Heat is all about obviously Pacino as Vincent Hanna there, and chasing De Niro's Neil McCauley is all about just trying to get him. That's the whole thing. His marriage suffers, everything suffers.
Yeah, absolutely. Is anyone feeling confident enough to do a De Niro Pacino impression? Probably not.
No,
certainly not. No, but it was. I think that was also started. I mean, the Pacino, the shouting thing, maybe with Scent of a Woman a few years before.
I think it started,
but geez, he takes that to a completely new decibel level in this. I mean, it was. Sometimes you just completely out of surprise. Don't waste my motherfucking time. It's just. Where are you coming from? But
De Niro down in the other is so understated.
Oh yeah. Very. I think he gives probably the.
I love that scene with what's his face, Hank Azaria.
Yeah, fantastic.
That's brilliant.
Hank Azaria, Mo Sislak, yeah. That's she's got a great ass. You got your head all the way up it. Yeah. That's great.
Chris Redmond, everybody.
Al Pacino,
our resident impressionist.
Al Pacino, what are you talking about?
And even gets a performance on Val Kilmer, which at times can be tough.
A performance from Val Kilmer, that's like getting blood from a turnip. But it definitely, this movie, that maybe Kiss Kiss Bang Bang or something. I mean, I don't particularly like that.
I mean, we'll talk about it in Manhunter in a minute, but I mean, it does have that whole kind of environment that Manhunter has. It's a kind of a minimalist environment where, there's loads of blue horizons and stuff like that. The whole environment is kind of
great shots from De Niro's apartment or his house. You can see I think he likened it to all this sort of iridescent algae from Fiji or someplace like that. And it was just. But I mean, I think the way Michael Mann shoots LA. I mean, it's his city in the same way that say New York is Woody Allen's city, or of course Scorsese's city. I mean, he makes it his own. And,
he does indeed, and I mean he's been a big influence on Christopher Nolan. Obviously, that was a big thing for The Dark Knight. They were saying
definitely
how he shot Chicago was very influenced by Heat.
Yeah, the way the buildings were lit and everything. Yeah, absolutely.